with me, Lord, cause I've been tired of running. They say you got a weird sense of humor, now life's funny. They all after money.
Welcome back to the Big Bro Podcast. This is your boy Jarrell, aka Remarks. Today, we're gonna talk about something most men don't even know what they're missing, and that's emotional intelligence. Now, I know what some of y'all thinking, man, that sounds soft. But nah, man, EQ, that's what I like to call it. It's not soft, it's solid. It's the foundation. It's discipline. It's the thing that separates a man who blows their families up and futures from men who actually build them. If you're serious about your legacy, your relationships, and the man you're becoming, this episode is for you. So, what is emotional intelligence? Well, emotional intelligence is knowing your own emotions, being able to control them, being able to understand and respond to other people's emotions. Now, why does this matter? It matters because in relationships, EQ is the difference between another fight that leaves your woman distant versus a talk that actually brings y'all closer. Now, in business, people don't always follow the smartest guy. They follow the guy who makes them feel respected and understood. And as a father, an uncle, a big bro, your EQ sets the climate. If you're calm, the house feels safe. If you're angry and chaotic, everybody feels it. So think about when you're walking into a room, right? Somebody's angry. You don't need them to say any words. You feel it. That's what your presence does too. So a reflective question that I want for y'all men to ask yourself. When you lose it, does it build your home or does it break it? So let's break it down to recognizing and managing your emotions. So too many men walk around blind to their own emotions. You can't fix what you won't admit. Call it what it is. I'm angry, I'm anxious, I'm hurt. You got to be aware of what's going on in your body, okay? And when you do feel angry or in high stress moments, first thing to do is to pause before reacting. Breathe, take deep breaths. There's a lot of breathing techniques out there that you can use. But breathe, get your body under control and ask, is this reaction helping me or is it hurting me? So I've been there before. I've been disrespected, ready to snap. But when I let my emotions run me, I lose control. And that's not leadership. That's slavery to your feelings. A real man leads even when his emotions are hard and loud. So another question I want you to ask yourself, what's your biggest trigger and how can you flip that trigger into a test instead of a trap? For me, one of my biggest triggers I feel like is when I feel like I'm disrespected. I feel like they don't understand me or I feel like I'm being belittled. Back in the day, I used to be quick to react, but now I just take a step back and I try to think about other exterior factors. Like maybe they don't mean it like that, or maybe that's me. Maybe I had a bad day. Maybe I'm taking it the wrong way. So again, I pause, I take a breath, and then I lead with calmness and reassurance, and I try to make people feel safe because that could change the whole dynamic of a conversation. So the power of empathy is another thing that I want to talk about and active listening. So empathy isn't weakness, it's strength. It's realizing and trying to understand other people's feelings, see where they're coming from. All right. And active listening is a way to do that. A lot of the time people talk to respond, or they listen to respond, I mean. They don't listen to listen, they listen to respond. So active listening is not waiting your turn to talk, it's hearing their tone, it's seeing their body language, it's seeing what's underneath the words. And why it matters? Well, with women, most of the time they don't even want a solution. They just want your presence. They want you to hear them out. And with kids, rules without relationship equal rebellion. They don't want to feel, they just want to feel understood as well. Your brothers, friends, sometimes they also don't need advice. They just need space to vent without judgment. So, you ever notice how people open up more when they feel like you actually see them? That's the superpower right there. So, another reflective question. When's the last time you gave somebody your full attention? No phone, no distractions. You just listen to them. For some of y'all, I know it's a while. Again, don't listen to respond, okay? Like I said, especially when you're angry or upset, you just listen to like, oh, what are you gonna say? Or are they gonna, are gonna say I didn't do this last week? Oh no, I did this. Oh, I did that. Well, what about you? So that's when you gotta catch yourself, and that's when you learn that you're listening to respond. And that's not active listening. Active listening is waiting your turn, listening to everybody, like I said, seeing their tone, seeing their body language, and all that. So, how do we regulate anger? How do we regulate difficult emotions? Anger is natural, but uncontrolled anger burns bridges. Controlled anger builds kingdoms. So again, take a step back, pause. Don't react at the height of the emotion. If you need to take a walk, take a walk. Do whatever you need to do. Another good thing to do is to channel it. Like I was talking with my boy Rem, the gym, writing, prayer, running, whatever. Another good thing, like I always say, journaling. Talk about your emotions, get it out of your head, put it on paper before it poisons you. Return calm and then speak. Now, with sadness or disappointment, let yourself feel it. Being numb isn't strength, it's avoidance. Another good thing is prayer, meditation, talking to a trusted brother. These are all healthy outlets, okay? You want a healthy outlet. You don't want an unhealthy outlet. The unhealthy outlets you already know. It's the things that break you down. It's the drinking, it's the smoking, it's the, I don't know, fighting, punching people, punching holes in walls, whatever it is, it's just those are unhealthy outlets. You want to find healthy outlets to deal with your emotions. Now, for me, I don't know if you know me, I grind in the gym, push days, pull days, leg days. It's iron therapy for me. Moving weight is one of the purest ways to turn anger into fuel. You walk in heavy, you walk out lighter, and it's healthy. You know what I mean? Lose some weight, get your muscles up. It's all good. Reflective question number 4. How do you release your anger today? Is it building your legacy or is it tearing it down? Now, how does EQ shape masculinity? Well, here's what men need to hear straight. Being masculine isn't about strength or dominance. Without emotional intelligence, strength turns to abuse, dominance turns to insecurity, and leadership turns into control. Real masculinity is strength and restraint and wisdom. So think about a soldier. He has powers in his hands, right? He has a gun, but he doesn't fire it recklessly. That's a man with EQ. Armed, but controlled. Another reflective question I want y'all to think about, men. Do the people around you feel protected by your strength, or do they feel threatened by it? So, why is this important? Legacy and generational impact. The way you handle your emotions is teaching the next generation how to handle theirs. If you blow up and punch walls, that's what your son will copy. If you shut down and go silent, that's what your daughter will expect from men. But if you master your emotions, if you listen, if you lead, if you love, they're going to learn that too. The big truth is you can't say you're building a legacy if your emotional maturity is destroying the very people you're leaving it to. So if your kids copied your emotional habits, would you be proud of them? So to wrap this all up in one neat bow, EQ isn't about being soft, it's about being solid. Self-awareness, empathy, anger control, these are all legacy tools. The man who masters himself masters his future. So I want to challenge you this week. Pause before reacting in one moment of frustration. Listen to somebody fully, no interruptions. Write down your emotions at least once. Men, the world has enough tough guys who can fight but can't lead, who can hustle but can't love. What it needs is warriors with wisdom, men who could carry a sword in one hand and a scroll in the other, strength and strategy. So here's another question, last question, I promise. When your son, your daughter, your nephew, your little brother looks at you, are they watching a man controlled by his emotions or a man who controls them? Because the answer, that's going to be your legacy. So this is Remarks. This is the Big Bro Podcast. Today we talked about emotional intelligence. It's very important, something that helped me significantly. Again, to break it down, you want to pause, you want to think, you want to acknowledge the feeling, you don't want to avoid it, you don't want to go numb, and you want to find healthy outlets. You want to control your emotions so that they don't control you. And you got to keep in mind that everybody's watching. The next generation is watching. And if you care about legacy, if you care about building something real and solid, you need to control your emotions. I'm out. Rel, till next time.
Walk with me, Lord, cause I've been tired of running.